Namaskar. Very warm welcome to all our viewers and learners in this live phone-in session of CIET NCERT. I am Renu Bhatt with you all, and you are with us live on eVidya channels, channel number 6 and 11. And apart from all those channels, you are with us on our NCERT official YouTube channel as well. Dear learners and viewers, as you know, this is our special session of MANODARPAN Paricharcha, and it's a very special initiative of Ministry of Education where we try to provide psychosocial support to all our viewers and learners, especially students, and we talk about mental well-being of students as well. And the topic that we are going to discuss today in this specific session is exams are over, what next? Exams are indeed very tough time for all these students, and now you are relaxed and must be thinking what constructive and productive thing you can do with yourselves. So we have our expert with us with lot of tips and guidance for you. Let's meet our esteemed panelist. You are Dr. Rishikesh Barua. You are principal from KC Das Commerce College, Guwahati. Very warm welcome, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
And we have another expert with us. Let's meet her. You are Dr. Ramalin Kenta. You are Associate Professor from Directorate of Educational Research and Training, Meghalaya. Very warm welcome, ma'am. And we have another expert with us. You are Mr. Pankaj Bora. You are Assistant Professor, Physical Education, Needy, Shillong. Very warm welcome, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
And before we could start this session, let me share a very important and certain information to all our viewers and learners in case they want to know more about MANODARPAN. We have our dedicated website through which you can explore and get more details on MANODARPAN Paricharcha, that is www.manodarpan.education.gov.in. And dear learners and viewers, you can join us through our Facebook page as well, that is NCERT official for live streaming. And we have our national tele helpline number as well for MANODARPAN, that is 844-844-0632. And if you have any query, you can ask your query through our telephone number, that is 8800-440-559. And you can drop a mail comment as well in our YouTube channel, that is NCERT official. You have to go to the live chat box and then you can drop your comment out there. Our expert will be happy to answer all your queries and doubts if you have any, and if you want to share your experience, please feel free to connect to us through our various mediums. We are expecting your participation because we bring this special session only for you students. And before I could start this session, let me share a very important piece of information regarding India's G20 presidency. We are indeed very proud that India assumed G20 presidency and will convene the G20 Leaders Summit for the first time in the country in 2023. A nation that deeply committed towards democracy and multilateralism, India's G20 presidency would be a watershed moment in her history as it seeks to play an important role by finding pragmatic global solutions for the well-being of all. And in doing so, manifest the true spirit of Vasudha Kutumbakam, or we can say the whole world is one family. With that very important piece of information, let's quickly get back to the session. And the topic that we are going to discuss today in this specific session, MANODARPAN Paricharcha, is exams are over, what next? So let's start this session with Dr. Rishikesh Barua. Sir, what would you have for our learners, sir?
Namaskar. Thank you. I feel honored on being invited to this discussion. And well, it's a very relevant theme on which today's discussion has been started. Exams over, what next? And while starting the whole program, our anchor said that exams are really tough times. Well, that has been the way how our society has conceptualized education, examination. In one way, actually, if we go to define examination, that's only a formal test that a student takes to show his or her knowledge or ability on a particular subject to attain a qualification. And examinations have been there since ages, to go through the scripts of mythology or to the modern history. However, in Indian context, or rather to say even in a larger perspective, if you see, examination, I feel that there is a very beautiful cartoon image. You can Google it, where you will see that a bird, a monkey, an elephant, a fish, dog, all are lined up, and a gentleman sitting in front of all these animals says that for a fair selection, everybody of you now will have to climb the tree. So actually from there starts the whole thing, as I believe, that everybody is a genius, but then when we are trying to make a fish climb a tree, the problem starts there.
Right.
There is and then again you have this number system, the gradation system, the peer pressure, and the parental pressure, all together makes the whole examination system stressful. But then of late, because of these transitions, the time period of examination has also been a long one. So our children, they have successfully completed this education, examination, okay, and they, I believe, have crossed the stress period. So they have underwent a lot of stress while appearing through their examination. Now exams are over. So if you ask me as a student that what will you do, your exams are over, then I will say that I have slogged hard for many months. I have spent many sleepless nights. So it is time to at first relax and spend quality time with your family and friends. And I would like all the students, my dear students, to unwind themselves from this stress. By the way, how can you unwind yourself from these stresses? Okay, I believe there are many ways by which you can unwind yourself from these stresses before preparing in the long term. Okay, say for example, you can plan a tour with your family, friends. You can visit many places, different places, historical places, or places of nature, and understand all those things. Try to imbibe and see the new things all around us. Okay, all of us, apart from learning or education, we take interest in some other things, say our hobbies. So this is a particular time when we can actually cultivate on those things, on particular activities which we like to do. That may be singing, or that may be playing with any instruments, or painting, okay, or drumming, or driving, or whatever it may be. I also would like to see that our children, after completing their examination, they go for movies. They watch the web series, the good ones, the good web series, okay? And reading and writing is one thing, of course, which as a leisure thing, they should continue. Because you never know, actually, we do not know that what type of latent talents we all possess, okay? By trying in some or the other, all these activities, we can actually explore ourselves and understand the real talent within us, which can, in the long way, go on to make yourself a successful one in life, and thereby a renowned person you can be, and that way the society can be proud of you also. You can, try to be right. You can try to write something that may be fictional or non-fictional. It doesn't matter. Okay, you can do all these things. Okay, freelance writing also you can do. Now there may be many amongst you all the students who have some inclination for social service. I believe you can look for some such organizations or NGOs which are really seriously involved in the societal issues, societal problems. Okay, you can be a part of that, and that way you can learn many things. And one of the things which I believe every one of us should do is basically try to learn language, learn a language, or if more, learn many languages. Okay, learning a language is, I believe, one of the most important things that all of us should do. It helps in many ways. Okay, you never know. Say someone from Assam. Okay, he or she, by virtue of the career, might have to go and reside in Karnataka. There is a mini Assam also, right? Everywhere. be it Mumbai or Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, or any other places. Similarly, there are many Kannada people here in Assam also. So it is, I believe it's a duty or responsibility of everyone that if anyone is there in Karnataka, they should know Kannada. So they should know Tamil if one is residing in Tamil Nadu, okay? So that is something which we can actually start from now on. Learning language helps us to know many things, okay? It can erase many problems. It can erase many miscommunications, okay? And that way it can help us appreciate the culture, the ethos, the practices of this greater India, of which all of us are proud inheritance. Okay, so yes, I will request all our dear students to pick up any of the hobbies that they like and practice all those things in this short period of time. Okay, do all those things which you love to do. Okay, but at the same time, if we keep on continuing to do all these things, then that can also land us up with some problems, okay? So we need to have some structured approaches in planning our career and life, because this is one of the most important and crucial phase of one's life, okay? You be serious at this point of time. If you invest your upcoming 5 to 7 years of time with all seriousness and intelligence, of course, then the rest of your life will be a very happy one. Okay? If you are unstructured at this point of time, okay, if you're not planned enough at this point of time, okay, then the consequences will not be as what we desire now. Okay? So our plan should be, to have a structured approach. And in many cases, we see that the students, after carrying on with their classes, after appearing the 10th board or the 12th board, okay, at this point of time, many of the students are actually not very clear of in their thought process. The many questions are there which crops up in the mind of the students, okay? So like, what I am really good at doing, okay? Can I really go there? These are some of the questions that crops up, I believe. Well, if I take this particular career path, what will be the element of risks involved? She is not sure about the route of going through, going ahead, okay? Then there is another thought process that comes up in their mind is that, well, are these subjects appropriate? Because you are dreaming to someone, but then while doing your studies, you appeared in your board exams, you had some other subjects, okay? So these are some really different thoughts which mingle a young mind and make them a bit hazy in their thoughts, okay? So this is the point where I believe a structured approach will be a correct one to help a particular student to move ahead in life, okay? And we can talk about this structured approach under certain headings, okay? So, for example, say, first I would request all the listeners, the viewers, okay, to have an introspection of yourself. Make a list of your, say, likes and dislikes, your positive strength and your negative strength, okay? And at the same time, you ask questions to yourself. Ask yourself what you really like, okay? So for example, you are continuing with a science stream, which of course, in due course of time, we will not have these silos, okay? But in the present context, I am saying, just to explain the things in a simpler manner. Say, for example, you are doing a science, you are carrying on with the science stream, you're a student of science, and you are not liking the subjects. You have an urge and interest to go for literature. Okay, so if that is the case, then I believe you should think in that manner. It's not that if I change my stream from science to arts or literature, what will the people say? How will the people react? Okay, so don't be biased while you are making a decision. In our society, many times what we see is that what we land up being is not something what we desire to be or what we dreamt to be. Okay? Our parents wanted me to become a doctor, so I went for medicine. In some cases, some friends may say that, well, you have done these maths as well, then you can be a good scientist, you can be a good engineer, so I went for engineering. Okay, who knows deep inside, there is a big musician lying, okay, which if you had not, okay, might have given this world one of the best musicians. At this point of time, I remember what Swami Vivekananda said, talk to yourself once in a day. If you don't talk to yourself once in a day, then there is every possibility that you will lose meeting one of the most intelligent persons in this world, in this life. So that is one particular thing which I'd request my viewers to actually do. And do a lot of research, you know. You will get many information these days because of social media and internet, okay? On your palm top, you get a lot of information, right? And there are many organizations, educational organizations who are coming up with so many subjects, so many combinations, okay? Then that can be luring also for one person. Now, in that situation, don't try to take a decision in a hurry, okay? You must take a decision after carrying out a lot of research. So this is the time when you can do all this research, okay? Say, for example, a person, a boy or a girl, desires to be a particular, desires to have a particular career, okay? Now, for that career to be pursued or to be achieved, for that ambition to be achieved, he or she will need a particular set of combinations in his UG level or the college level. Okay. Now, if that person, okay, misses those combinations or studies that subject with another subject in combination which is not relevant, then might be at his master's level or at a later level, okay, he might not be eligible to take up that particular subject. So thereby, that ends up at a losing front. And that happened just because at your 10+2 level, after your board exams were over, that boy or that girl, you know, did not invest much in your research. So this is a discussion which people should, you know, take care of, that one should do all this research, okay? Then internship is another thing which I believe helps students or learners to learn many things before you can, you know, take up those particular things, career. So one should also have those knowledge and search for those ideas. And these days, a lot of fairs, education fairs are held all across the nation. Okay? So whenever you get time, you know, it's always good that you try to move for those, visit those education fairs where you will have a wealth of information. Yes?
Sir, please continue, sir.
Okay, I can continue?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So that way, you know, we need to make our whole approach a very structured one, okay? As I said, once you are structured and once you have done all your research at this point of time, at this point of life, phase of life, then your future will be much, much better, okay? Then while we were discussing before this program started, one issue came up like there are many factors, which helps one to choose a character, so to choose a career. So what are those factors, right? We're just discussing this particular thing. To me, there are certain factors which really help us, or which really help everyone, to frame a particular career. Say, for example, and there are many things which we actually never think of, that can this be a factor which can determine my career? Okay, so this is one issue which I would like to stress upon at this point of time. Okay, say, for example, when we are thinking about our career, a future career, the only thing in majority of the cases is our marks. Okay, how much marks we have scored. If we have scored better marks, good marks, and you are happy, then you think that, well, you can achieve that goal, that career. But many a times it happens such that despite having the good marks, the best of the marks, at one point of time in life, one feels that, well, I had so good marks, but yet I could not reach there. Okay, so it's not that your marks or your qualifications will only help you in having a good career. That is one particular thing which everyone must, try to understand. Okay? Now, what are the other factors which can really have a big influence in finalizing or shaping up your career? Okay? One such is your skill. Okay, how skilled you are, right? Now, when it comes to, talking on your skills or how skilled you are, okay, I'm not trying to put up a point like, well, he is skilled enough to become a great carpenter or a big architect or something like that. Okay, what I mean to by this skill part is your abilities, right? Which you can, sharpen up. You have abilities, inherent latent abilities, and which in due course of time you can sharpen up. Okay. So, for example, amongst your friends, for example, you might have seen that, say, Ramesh has got a big organizing skill. Okay, but Rahul doesn't seem to have that. I hope you understand that, right? So organizing something, organizing skill. So that way, can you work in a team? Okay. You have that interest in computing certain things. You have that interest in problem solving. You have that skill in communication, right? So you just introspect yourself, okay, and try to develop all these things. Okay, many times we see that only reading and scoring good marks, but then that particular person doesn't have or lacks ability to interact with people. Okay, cannot work in a team, do not have the organizing skill. Okay? So these are certain factors which most commonly we ignore, but then it's better not to ignore this. Think about it, try to culture it. Okay? Then your interests. What are your interests? You may have many interests. Every person may have many different types of interests, but then, if we, categorize these interests into certain blocks, then we can see that, yes, it can be a creative skill. Okay? One can have a social skill. One can have a scientific, interest. I'm talking about interest. Okay? You can have a creative interest, you can have a social interest, or outdoor active interests, okay? And you can have some scientific interests also. So try to figure out your interests, and that way, you can think of making the plan, making a well structured move, okay? And for any person, to be successful, as individually, as well as a person who can really contribute to the family, to the society, to humanity. The most important things is the values and motivations. Okay. Now, from the career perspectives, also, we can look into these particular issues, right? What kind of attitude do you have when it comes to values and motivations? Do you have some urge within you to help others? If that is really so, then you have some specific careers ahead of you, okay? And nothing to be ashamed of, okay? If you have some urge for money only, then also you have different careers, right? Then there is another thing, say, it's a very important thing, which all should think about seriously. That's work-life balance. If you have that attitude or thought process within you, okay, then you can think of a career. There are other factors like, say, your location, where you stay, right? Superficially, apparently, it would seem like that if you are staying in a metro city, then you have many avenues, okay, many opportunities that will come across to you. But in today's world of 5G, artificial intelligence, social media, that is not at all an issue. Okay, so from any location, you can do well. You can create many things. Okay, your contacts can also be one important factor. Then one of the most important factor to me, what I see, is your personality. Okay, how determined you are. Many times, a person can have a lot of talent, but he or she lacks that determination, that zeal, continued zeal to move ahead in life or carry forward. Okay, because you see, when you move ahead in life, in future, you are not going, every day is not going to be a day of roses, right? Okay, it will be something like ECG curve or simple harmonic motion. Okay, once you can be at the crest, and there will be times when you will be at the trough or the nadir. Okay? Right? So life is full of ups and downs, and with greed and determination, you can achieve that particular desired goal. Okay? There are some, personality traits like, say, are you cautious enough? Not cautious means you're not having the strength to take the risk, maybe. Okay. So in that case, that particular factor can shape or influence your career also in future. So are you outgoing or are you calm? So these are some of the factors, you can really think about, can introspect, and you can make a list of all those things, right? So let me again just repeat, right? If I say that what factors goes into choosing a character, choosing a career, then as I said, your skills. So think about your skills and list your skills, right? And what are your interests, your values, motivations? your personality, where you stay, your contacts maybe, and of course, qualification. Then it's not that only qualification will help you achieve the goal. Okay, so these are the factors, which I believe really jot down these points, and then you can really understand yourself. So as I said in the beginning, unwind yourself, de-stress yourself once your exams are over. Okay, and it's not that you can continue de-stressing only. Okay, along with that, spend some time, talk to yourself. Okay, and always, think that my tomorrow should be better than today. Right? If you want to see your tomorrow better than today, then you have to plan. How can you plan? You have to make a structured approach. Okay? First, identify your personality. Okay? This is a good time, to explore yourself. This is a good time to explore yourself. And while exploring, you make plans, different plans. So these are the plans. Now, at this juncture also, I would like to say that all of us need to have some aims, right? Now, to reach that aim or to reach that goal, you need some strategies or plan, okay? Now, it's not that you will have only one particular aim. You can have aim 1, aim 2, aim 3, and that way plan A, plan B, plan C. So this is the time, to script out, to make out those plans. And in today's world, see how fast today's world is changing. Okay? I believe all of you have Facebook accounts and all of you WhatsApp. Okay? All of you have observed one thing. Once you open up your Facebook page and you like a particular thing, next time and every time after that you open up Facebook, posts of those natures keeps on coming to you. Okay? How is that possible? Right? That's artificial intelligence. All of us know. Right? See, right now, I am talking to you live, and there are many other panelists who will be talking to you. Your teachers talked with you, right? So we have crossed a phase in life and reached a point where we have competed with human beings, right? Now, this is a phase of time, and the future that is coming, as I see it, and as all of us see it, this is a time where you will have to not only compete with human beings, but you will also have to compete with machines. Right?
Right.
So that way, you need to plan yourself. There are many things, new things that have cropped up, say artificial intelligence, machine learning, cybersecurity, cloud computing, right? Management. Now, these are the things which are new things which you can think of. Now, along with that, I would also like to say that you should also be very particular in thinking about or learning about sustainable development goals. This is very, very important for all of us to learn about sustainable development goals and plan ourselves, plan our activities accordingly. And being Indians, we are blessed. Okay? Blessed in the sense that this is a treasure house of knowledge. Okay? Try to learn something about indigenous traditional knowledge of our country. It's a treasure house that will really, help you in many things. Okay? And finally, whatever you plan, okay, I wish you that you have the best, you reach your objective and you be what you wanted to be, okay? you need to contribute back to the society, back to the nation. Okay. So these days we have, a culture in our nation, the startup culture. You can think it that way also. Okay, you can plan from now also, right? So that master planning must be there, right? Okay, so that will go on to help you in future, right? So it's not that you be a job seeker, okay? You can plan your things in such a manner that you become actually a job giver, right? So this is something which I wanted to stress upon. I believe I took some long time. Is it, madam?
Not an issue, sir.
Have I taken a long time?
Not an
Okay,
issue,
now
sir.
these are some certain issues which I actually wanted to share with our young minds. Okay, I'm a proud Indian, and I feel that, and I believe all our viewers, all our listeners, all of us are proud Indians. Okay,
Right.
we are a young nation. We are a young nation. We are a rich nation, a nation with rich legacy of thousands of years of history, right? So it becomes your duty, right, that you structure your life in such a manner that you not only can help yourself, but you contribute to the society, right? And you work in such a manner that our country, which used to be the Vishwaguru and which deserves to be the Vishwaguru, can be a Vishwaguru once again by your contributions.
Exactly.
So thank you, madam. That was in a nutshell which I wanted to share my thoughts. Thank you so much.
Thank you so very much, sir, for throwing light on all those beautiful points that you have explained to us. I'm quite sure our learners would be beneficial for all those words and tips that you have just shared with them. And before I move towards our next expert, let me share some certain information one more time in case, dear learners and viewers, you have any query or you want to share your experience with us. You can call us on our telephone number, that is 8800 Either you can drop a mail at our email addresses, and before that let me share a very fastest medium to connect to us or reach out to us is our YouTube channel, that is ncertofficial. You have to go to the live chat box, then you have to drop your comment out there. We are receiving a lot of comments out there, but we appreciate your efforts and your comments, but I would really request you to make some certain questions and your doubts and queries related to our topic only, that is exams are over, what next? Let's move towards our next expert, and you are Dr. Ramalin Kenta. Ma'am, I would like to ask you a question, and what should students do after exams, ma'am? As they are very much relaxed now and they have enough time to think and work upon. Dr. Kenta. Ma'am, are we audible to you? Ma'am, you need to unmute yourself, ma'am.
Sorry. A very good afternoon to all of you and welcome to this program. Yes, we are very happy that this program is being organized for the benefit of our young friends out there. Yes, as Sir Barwa has rightly mentioned, that after exams, it's unwinding yourselves. Yes, it's a time for you to relax after the long, stressful exam time that you had. Yes, dear students, I would like to remind you that marks do not define us. Marks will not define you of who you will be in life. So whatever you have put in during your exams, that was the best that you could have done. So don't worry of what you have done during your exams. We believe that all of you have done your exams very well, and you should move on. You should move forward, because when the next session comes, you will take, you'll be more strong, determined to move forward in life. Because once again, I'm repeating that marks do not define us. We can be someone in life, so don't worry about exams. Yes, exams are a part of students' life. We have to appear for exams. And when the exams are over now, you should think what you should do next. Yes, after exams, it's very important for us to think what should we do, because our life, we should add quality to it. So what should you do what should you do after your exam? So have you thought about this, what you will be doing? Yes, dear students, many of you must have made plans what you'll be doing after exams. Yes, those plans that you have made for yourself, let me see, it will be like a kind of a post-exam treat. Like Sir has mentioned already, that these treats can be in the form of going out of a family picnic or a family vacation, because you're unwinding yourself, you're de-stressing yourself, you're trying to unwind yourself of what you have gone through. Yes, these giving yourself a post-exam treat is good, but there's that is not the only thing that you should do after your exams. See, it's like, because when you give yourself a post-exam treat, it's like giving yourself a positive reinforcement to treat yourself. Let me tell you, when I once upon a time when I was a student, I used to treat myself because I know what I've done. I used to treat myself, and it gives you a good feeling because you are rewarding yourself. Who else knows you better except yourself? As Sir has said, how Swami Vivekananda said, you're talking to the most intelligent person. So rewarding yourself is the best Grammy award that you can give yourself. So students, reward yourself no matter what you have done during your exams. Don't worry about your exams. Just move on in life, because if you regret, if you have not done well on your exams, with a strong determination, you go ahead, go forward, move on in life, because life has so much to offer to you. You're young, you're positive, you're full of energy. You can do so much for yourself, your family, your community, and for the country. Yes, rewarding yourself does not mean doing anything that is expensive. You can just go out, you can go for trekking, go outdoors, you can have fun time with your friends, you can relax, you can do anything like what Sir has also mentioned. Yes, also what you can do, you can also see what you can do. You can also create a routine. A routine which is a simple routine where you can the routine which is doable, practicable, and achievable. You can plan out your routine or your schedule where you can fit many of the activities in your schedule or in your routine. Yes, some of you who are in 12th have completed your 12th board exams or your 10th exams. You must have plans for your future study. Yes, many of you also will be sitting for your entrance exams. But it does not mean that after your exams, you should only devote your time for studies only. Make a schedule where you can relax yourself, you can unwind yourself, you can take a time off from your studies. See what are the things you can do. You can do many things. You can see, because when we have other activities besides, if you are preparing yourself for entrance exams, you can distress yourself. You can distress yourself, and then you can also decrease the anxiety levels in you, because you know that you will be moving out from the school. Many of you will be going to the professional lines. Yes, that is demanding, but you should know there is a space for everything. You should create a space for yourself. You can also, what you can do, you can also keep yourself engaged with some physical activities. You can do exercises. You can take time, at least 15-20 minutes or half an hour. You can do your exercise. I don't want to talk much about exercise because Our next panelist, Mr. Pankaj Bora, will speak more on this, sir, I believe. So I'm not going to speak more on this because you'll have lots to say on this. So I don't want to touch your area of interest. Yes, because when you do exercise, you are involved yourself with physical activities. You are distressing yourself, and also it also reduces the risk of developing depression in you. So we ask after your exams, it is suggested that you should take care of yourself also. Take care of your physical health, take care of your mental health, take care of your psychological health, because life is not only about academics. Yes, academics is very important, but you should pay attention to these areas as well. Yes, we can also, as Sir has mentioned, you can learn a language or languages, because learning a new language or languages helps you in many aspects. I have heard of one of one case. A student, he is studying, but then he has a plan to go outside India. He is making time to learn a new language because it will be easier for him when he goes and work there if he has already learned a new language. Even though it also gives you that kind of achievement if you have learned a new language. So yes, as Sir has suggested, it's a very good idea to learn a language or learn other languages also. Yes, Sir has mentioned about we can also do like a kind of social service. Yes, how you can engage yourself. You can do some kind of community service. Suppose if you are working, if you are residing in a rural area, or even if you are in an urban area, you can also get yourself involved with some social services. There are lower primary schools in your area where there is a single teacher school. What you can do, you can go and volunteer yourself to provide your services to those schools that are in and around your area. If you do this, I assure you that you'll feel that will give you that good feeling factor. You will feel that, yes, this is what I've learned from my school. This is what I'm going to give back to my community, to my people. Let them learn from me. Because, students, when they see you as a young person, they'll be so happy to see you in the school. And if you can provide your service, that school will be so fortunate to have you. And yes,
Yes,
hello?
ma'am. Here, I just wanted to ask you one more question, that you have rightly mentioned about students should engage in some activities. Please explain to us why it's so important for all these students to be engaged in different activities after exams, ma'am. Why it's so important?
Thank you, ma'am, for the question. Yes, it's very important for students to be engaged in activities. One of the important points I would like to add here, see, nowadays, young people are so engaged with social media. If they're in any platform, they're engaged with social media. And the adverse effects of to be so engaged with social media. So as human beings, we should give back. So we can give, as I just mentioned earlier, we can give back to the society what we have learned. See, because if we are too engaged with social media, we are engaging with ourselves. It also affects our social interaction with others. See, we're living in a society that socialization should be there in the social fabric. See, we should give our best, and also our students, they should know that the society needs our services. That is one thing. And another thing is that, see, during exams, you have been so stressed out. Even your anxiety levels must have gone up. See, when you are involved with different activities, it helps your physical, mental, and psychological well-being. Now, if you go to a different setting, as I've said earlier, if you go and volunteer yourself in a village school or in a slum area where you can provide your service, you know, at the end of the day, you get that satisfaction. It gives you that good feeling. Yes, I have done something. I've given something back to the society from where I have, of what makes me as I am now. And see, we are talking about mental health and well-being. It is very important because when you are in a different setting, in a different social setting, that changes your perspective, that changes your outlook. Because if you have been in a school, if you get everything from your parents, sometimes you don't understand what the other less fortunate children are going through. See, through this way, you can understand, you can see life, you can see things from a different perspective. And that helps you to change your perspective. So that is one thing, ma'am. And see, like one thing I would like to add here, if you have, if you're engaged with gardening, or if you don't have space for garden, even if you have small space in your balcony, or if you can plant some flowers, or you can do some gardening work, that also helps. And there are some research works that have been done, and these research works have shown that when you are involved with plants, you're engaged with plants and gardening, it really improves your your psychological and mental health.
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, what kind of activities will help children to improve their mental health, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. There are different activities. Like it also depends on the hobbies in which the children have. If children they are good in dancing, they can dance. They can join like dance classes, music classes, or if they are good in art and painting, those activities will help them. And also if they are good with if they can join games and sports, even indoor or outdoor games, we would like to suggest that if they would engage themselves, especially with outdoor games, that will really help them. And also has mentioned that children, they have different abilities and different capacities. Yes, if we can just go back to, we can just go refer to Howard Gardner's theory of multiple intelligences, where he has mentioned the different types of intelligences, such as visual and spatial intelligences, verbal linguistic intelligences, logical mathematical intelligences, interpersonal intelligences, intrapersonal intelligences, naturalistic intelligences, and so on. If a child is good in any of these activities, that joining these activities and getting the children engaged in these activities will help, will better the students to improve their area of intelligences. So that would really help the children. And also, as parents, as teachers, as educators, when we make observation of our children, of our students, where they are good at, we can always encourage the parents to send these children to get themselves engaged in these activities. Recently, I saw in social media where Virat Kohli shared his mark sheet, the percentage of marks he has shown. See, marks, as I said earlier, don't define us. See where he is now, what he's doing. So, like we should, as parents, teachers, and educators, we should try to see, make observation, good observation, where our children are good at, and let them excel in those areas, and that will create a life for them.
Right. Ma'am, anything else that you want to add in it?
As of now, ma'am, like let the other panelists join in, and then maybe if we have anything we can add to that, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so very much, ma'am. Let's move towards our another panelist, Mr. Pankaj. Sir, I would like to ask a question about sports, as rightly said by Kenta ma'am. How students can indulge in sports activities during their vacation after exams are over, sir? How they can join, sir?
Thank you for the question, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
First of all, a very good afternoon to all, and thanks to NCERT for giving us a chance to be a part of this MANODARPAN session. So, dear students, now that the exams are over, so it's time to take a deep breath and relax. And congratulations on making it through this challenging period of your academic journey. So, whether you did well or not, what is important is that you gave it your best shot, and that is something to be proud of. Now that the pressure of exam is off, so it's time to shift your focus uh, to the next phase of your academic journey. For those of you who are continuing with your studies, it's time to start preparing for the next term or the next semester or for competitive examinations. So take some time to review the material covered in the previous term so that you can build upon that foundation in the next phase of your learning. So if you're finishing your academic program, then congratulations, you have completed a major milestone in your life. Now it's time to start thinking about your future plans. So whether it's pursuing your further studies, joining the workforce, or taking a break and to travel and explore new experiences. So remember that this is just the beginning of your journey, and there are plenty of opportunities ahead. So for everyone, now that the exams are over, take some time to indulge in activities that you enjoy. Spend time with your family, with your friends, and pick up a hobby or learn a new skills. So it's essential to recharge your batteries and take a break from academic rigors that we have just gone through. First and foremost, as we know, physical activity is very important for our both physical and mental health. So it's important to find a form of physical activity that you enjoy. So whether it is swimming, uh, dancing, running, or playing a sport, finding any activity that you genuinely look forward to can make all the difference. If you are not sure where to start, means how to start, try different activities until you find one that you love. So another way to incorporate physical activity into your lifestyle is by making it a part of your daily routine. So this could mean taking a brisk walk in the morning, doing a workout at the lunchtime, or going for a jog in the evening. By making physical activity a regular part of your routine, you are more likely to stick with it and reap the benefits. If you are someone who enjoys group activities, consider joining a sports team or fitness class. Not only you'll get the benefits of physical activity, but you will also have the opportunity to meet new people and socialize. So it's also important to remember that physical activity doesn't have to be intense or time consuming. Even a simple activity like as the man said, like gardening, walking the dog, or taking stairs instead of elevators can have a positive impact on your health. So lastly, don't forget to set realistic goal for yourself. So it is important to challenge yourself, but also it's important to be kind to yourself and not expect perfection. Set achievable goals and celebrate your progress along the way. So what can we do to stay physically active? So I want to highlight some points here.
Sure, sir.
First is exercise regularly. So this may seem obvious, but regular exercise is the key to maintaining good physical health. So try to incorporate at least 25 to 30 minutes of exercise into your daily routine. So whether it is through walking, running, or cycling, or any other form of physical activity. So staying active and moving around is going to be the key of, because it's burn calories. And while exercise, that your heart rate are up, and a less strenuous activity is also good.
Right, sir.
Okay.
Dear learners, you can ask your questions through our expert.
So
Yes, sir. Please continue, sir.
yeah, may I continue?
Yes, sir.
So do the little things to stay active. You can take the stairs, walk around the mall, going for shopping. So you can even set a reminder on your phones to move around for 10 minutes after every hour of sit. So you can join a team sports. You can join team sports also. Joining a sports team is a great way to stay physically active while also socializing and making new friends. So there are many sports team and clubs available, like soccer, football, volleyball, basketball, etc. So you can try new physical activities also. Means if you are tired of your usual routine, why not try something new? So you could take up yoga, dance classes, or martial art classes. So yoga is for everybody. It's often assumed that one must already be flexible and physically fit to participate in yoga. But one of the many great aspects of yoga is that it can be modified to support any age and goal and ability level. So its inclusive nature and ability to be practiced almost anywhere and with very little equipment make it a great fit for classrooms, for play spaces, and before and after school programs, and even at home. So you can practice yoga anywhere. So, but what exactly yoga is? Yoga is an activity that includes breathing techniques. So yoga poses uh, mindfulness and different types of uh, yoga poses. So mindfulness is the practice of focusing your attention on the present moment. So in yoga, participants often use breathing and yoga poses to help the mind calm. So yoga has the ability to help kids and adults be more active, flexible, and mindful for an increase on overall well-being. So yoga and mindfulness practice have a positive impact on kids' learning also. The physical movement and mindful exercise associated with yoga can help prepare the brain for learning. So how? Yoga has shown to enhance focus, concentration, comprehension, and memory. So yoga poses help to improve physical fitness by improving posture, balance, coordination, and body awareness. Yoga can also help to create atmosphere of confidence, enthusiasm, and non-competitiveness where everyone can succeed. So it provides opportunity for reflection, patience, and insight, and reducing impulsivity and support social and emotional learning. So the next one is walk or bike to the work or school. So if you live close enough to your workplace or school, try walking or biking instead of driving. So this is not only a great way to stay physically active, but also reduce your carbon footprint. So
Okay.
always in this vacation time, so always try to prioritize your sleep. So
Okay.
sleep plays a big role in fitness, and a lot of people don't get enough of it. For a restful night's sleep, make sure that bed is comfortable. Shut off all electronics 1.5 an hour to 2 hours before bed. Keep your room dark and limit your water intake at least 45 minutes to an hour before you go to the bed. Play relaxing music if you are having trouble falling asleep, and aim for 8 to 9 hours a night, especially for children's,
Hmm.
earliest children's. So, as the exams are over now, this
Hmm.
might be the only time you get to spend with many of your family and friends. So, relish it. It may be hard to stick to your routine, but stay as close to it as you can. If you are staying in a hotel, check, see if they have a fitness center. The best time to work out is in the afternoon. So this is when your body temperature, your protein synthesis, and your reaction time at its peak. So food is also a part of healthy lifestyle.
Hmm.
So understand that it's the holiday, and you should not enjoy them. This is a time for family and friends. Don't be too hard on yourself when it comes to eating. So the more you restrict your food cravings, the more you want to eat. So recognize it's only the night and enjoy yourself. But be smart. Eat plenty of healthy items being served and enjoy smaller portion of the not so healthy treats. And incorporates physical activity into your daily routine. There
Hmm.
are many ways to incorporate physical activity into your daily routine, such as taking stairs instead of elevators, or doing some stretches during your breaks. So remember, it's important to find a physical activity that you enjoy and that fits your lifestyle. So don't feel like you have to do something that you don't like just because it's considered a good exercise. The most important thing is to stay active and keep moving. So, in conclusion, now that the exams are over, let's make a commitment to staying physically fit, physically active, and by doing so, we can improve our physical and mental health and reduce the risk of chronic diseases and live happier and more fulfilling life. So, incorporating physical activity into our daily lives, sorry, can have countless benefits for our physical and mental health. So whether it's finding an activity you enjoy, making it a part of your routine, joining a group activity, or simply finding a small way to be active.
So
So
as
there
you
are
are
many ways.
So as you are emphasizing on physical activity, that all the students should have a disciplined and routine, and they should incorporate physical activity in their daily routine. I would like to know about that, the if how a parent or teacher can motivate children to indulge any students in physical activities. So how we can motivate all these students?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you for your question. So, as a parent or teacher, there are several ways to motivate children and students to engage in physical activities after exam. So, parents and teacher play a crucial role in motivating children to engage in physical activity. So, here are some ways in which they can do so. So, parents, older siblings, or teachers and other role models can help kids and teens make healthy choices by simply engaging in healthy behaviors like eating nutritious food and being physically active. So, in addition to making healthy choice themselves, there are many ways adults can be role models for positive behaviors like physical activity. So, take the simple steps below to encourage youth physical activity while being a super role model. So I want to highlight some points here. Just communicate. First one is communicate positively about the various benefits of physical activity. So this includes improving sleep, increasing academic performance, preventing illness, and strengthening social connection. So keep your audience in mind and discuss how participating in physical activity can safely align with their interests. And next one is demonstrate physical activity and behaviors that safely support an active lifestyle with and in front of others. As a parents or caregivers, this could mean doing yoga in your living room with kids or while kids are playing nearby. So, as an educator, this could mean being active with students at recess, leading classroom physical activity opportunities, or making a gym available for physical activity during their leisure time. So, encourage family physical activity. School staff and community leaders can encourage family physical activity by assigning active homework to students, hosting active events, utilizing joint use uh, agreements to make physical activity facilities such as gym, playgrounds available outside of the school hour, and providing low cost resources to the families. And also, you can encourage community physical activities. Parents and family members can encourage physical activity for their children outside of the home by joining wellness committees, volunteering for active events like a family fitness night or fun run, and asking how physical activity facilities such as gym and playgrounds can safely be made available to the community outside of school hours. So avoiding linking physical activity to discipline. So these includes things like taking away recess at school, grounding a child from an athletic competition, or making kids or teens run laps. If physical activity is taken away or used as a form of discipline, kids will not associate it with negative feeling like guilt, anger, or fear. So they will no longer enjoy being active. Lead by example. So be a role model and engage in physical activities yourself. Children and students are more likely to follow your lead if they see you being active and enjoying physical activities. So, encourage outdoor activities. Encourage children and students to play outdoor games such as football, basketball, cycling, running, etc. Outdoor activities are a great way to enjoy fresh air and sunlight. So, you can also offer rewards. Offer small rewards for children and students who engage in physical activities. So rewards could include a day out with friends, a small gift or prize, or extra screen time. So rewards are work as an external motivating factor because children are more likely to get motivated from external factors than internal motivating factors. So track physical activity with this handy chart, then reinforce progress with healthy rewards and such as special family outing or the opportunity to win a prize. So always try to create a fun atmosphere. So make physical activities fun by turning them into games and challenges. For example, organize a scavenger hunt or set up an obstacle course. Then children are more likely to engage in physical activity if they enjoy it. So parents and teachers can make physical activities fun by incorporating games and challenges into them. Always try to they may enjoy yoga, dancing, martial art, etc. So they can them discover new interests and stay motivated. So here are some activities that children can try. Like yoga. Yoga is a great way to improve flexibility, balance, and strength. So then dancing is a fun way to get moving and improve coordination. So then martial arts such as karate and taekwondo are great for building discipline and focus while improving fitness. And swimming is a low impact activity that provides a full body workout. Then hiking is a great way to explore nature while getting exercise. Then team sports, as I already mentioned, basketball, football, and soccer are great for team building and improving fitness. So cycling is a fun way to explore the outdoor while improving cardiovascular health. So always encouraging participation. So parents and teachers can encourage children to participate in physical activities by offering opportunities to do so. So this can include signing them up for sports teams, taking them to parks, or organizing walks or bike rides, and always praising their efforts. So when children put effort into physical activities, parents and teachers should always acknowledge and praise their efforts. So even if they do not succeed, so this can help build their confidence and encourage them to keep trying. So always provide support. Children may face challenges when it comes to physical activity, such as lack of coordination or fear of failure. Parents and teachers can provide support by offering guidance, encouragement, and positive reinforcement. So last one is offering choices. So children are more likely to be motivated when they have a say in their activities
Hmm.
they engage in.
Hmm.
So parents and teachers can offer choices, such as letting children choose which sports they want to try or which park they want to visit. So overall, by providing opportunities and encouragement and support, parents and teachers can motivate children to engage in physical activities and help them develop a lifelong love of exercise and movement.
Right. So, as you have mentioned and told us about the yoga and swimming, basketball, and so on, football, uh, is there any other physical activity that our students can try? Also, can we say that internet is a big challenge these days for all our young students? Hello? So, am I audible? Hello? Dear learner, we are. So, am I audible to you?
Hello, ma'am.
So, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
So, I just wanted to know more about the physical activities that our students can try, sir. Okay. And so, can we say internet is a big challenge for our young students these days? Okay. So, let's move towards our first expert, Rishikesh, sir. We would like to
Yeah.
have a concluding remark from you, sir. What would you like to say at the end of this session, sir?
Uh, First of all, it has been a learning experience for me as well. Sitting here, being part of this panel discussion and learning so many things from my esteemed panelists. As Madam, you asked in your last question, that is internet causing a problem?
Yes,
Uh,
sir.
yeah, it really is causing a problem in many different ways. Okay, now we have come to such a situation, of course, post COVID, that where we want internet to be there to carry on our things, but at the same time, this internet itself is causing some other problems to us. Okay, so there are different ways, I believe, in which internet is causing a problem, because there is an increase in screen time.
Right.
And these days we have almost all smartphone companies which can give you statistics like what has been your regular screen time activity. Okay? So yes, too much of internet, particularly say social media, it leads to depression and anxiety as such. Because whenever you hook onto social media, it seems that everyone other than you at times is enjoying the best of the things. They are having the good things, and it's you only. You start comparing with yourself. And then, of course, there are certain things like, say, cyberbullying is one, uh, which is not at all acceptable. Then there is a small abbreviation, it's called FOMO, which
Right.
is fear of missing out. Okay?
Exactly.
Almost everyone of us, we keep on checking at times, has there been any message which I missed? Okay. So it's like that. How many likes did I get in that particular post or update? So that way, actually, we unknowingly enter into a regime of unrealistic expectations. And as I said, in those Instagram accounts or social media accounts, we see everyone having better, say, body image or clothes or backgrounds or everything, okay, that's better on the other side. And the viewer, it seems, is losing out many things. And more than that, too much of internet is also having a problem in your sleeping pattern. So the sleep is getting affected. And if I'm sure many researches have been carried out, and that highlights that internet has been and social media has been a cause of unhealthy sleeping pattern in the today's society. Okay? So that way, internet has many good things, right? And there are some these are some of the side effects which actually came up to my mind. So, when the session was started, I was given the opportunity and honor to begin with. And there I tried to highlight the fact that exams have been conceptualized as something or experienced as something very stressful. And now, since the stress part is over, so it is important for us at first to relax and unwind ourselves. And how to unwind, I shared certain points. Then my followed Madam Ramelin Quinta also shared many points. Okay, how we can unwind ourselves, and too much of unwinding will also not help. As I tried to put up, we need to be a bit structured, and how we can structure ourselves. So this is the right time, leisure time. This is the right time where we can plan out the things, okay, and actually understand what or give shape to our career, to our future life. So this is a very crucial time and a very important time where we all need to sit and give a good structure, well-planned structure, okay? And that too not one plan, as I say. Okay? There should be a series of plan A, plan B, plan C, okay? So that ultimately each of these tracks actually help us and reach our desired goal. Okay? And then one of the most important things have been highlighted by Mr. Pankaj Bora. I really like that. He stressed on so many ways by which we can take care of our physical health, right? So health, mental health as well as physical health, both these two components must be at their best. Okay, while Madam Ramilin also highlighted certain mental issues. Okay, so the planning must be there. The mental health must be taken care of in nice way, and the physical health should also be taken care of in the nice way. Okay, and once we can orient ourselves in a structured manner, keeping in mind all these factors, okay, we will find that we are happy in due course of time. Okay, we are able to make a good plan. We are able to work according to our plan. And as I said, this way, if we work, we can really make our tomorrow better than our today. So today is the time, this is the time when you have to relax, when you have to plan, and when you have to work and, start the steps to execute your plan. Okay? So we all desire to see that all of our viewers reach their desired goals and, make all of us proud. Thank you, madam.
Thank you so very much, sir. Remalin ma'am, would you like to add something in concluding remark? Ma'am, are we audible to you?
I think
Ma'am,
madam needs to
you
unmute.
need to unmute yourself, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Sorry, I missed some part of that. Ma'am, I would like to add to what Mr. Pankaj Bora has mentioned earlier about the importance of physical activity. Yes, physical activity is
In a
very
brief, ma'am, we would like to know. In a brief, ma'am.
all right. Yes, ma'am. Physical activity is very important because it improves the cognitive, it has a positive impact on the cognitive development and also on the socializing and well-being. So, our dear students, if you see the data, the WHO report has shown that 72% of our boys in India and in the world around more than 80%, they are not involved with physical activity. So, dear students, during this time, when you have much free time and leisure, please get yourself involved with physical activity so that it's not you will improve your overall well-being, your physical well-being, your mental well-being, your social skills, and also your mental ability and your psychological well-being. Dear students, after hearing this discussion, I believe that you are motivated, you're encouraged to take up activities, to take up certain activities that will help to improve your overall well-being. Dear students, take care of yourself and
Right. And as I have to wrap up this session here only because we are running very short of time, I would like to thank all our experts and panelists for being with us and for your valuable talk. Thank you so much, Rishikesh sir and Ramalin ma'am and Pankaj sir for being with us. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
And thank you to all our viewers and learners for being with us throughout this session and for your valuable comments out there. And before I wrap up this session, let me say to all our viewers and learners, our experts have shared a lot of good and valuable tips and guidance with you all. You just need to follow them in your daily routine. And before I wrap up this session, let me share a very important piece of information with you all regarding India's G20 presidency. We are indeed very proud that India assumed G20 presidency and will convene the G20 Leaders Summit for the first time in the country in 2023. A nation that deeply committed towards democracy and multilateralism, India's G20 presidency would be a watershed moment in her history as it seeks to play an important role by finding pragmatic global solutions for the well-being of all. And in doing so, manifest the true spirit of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, or we can say the whole world is one family. With that very important piece of information, me, Renu Bhatt, along with my whole team is taking your leave. You stay tuned to eVidya channels and NCERT official YouTube channel for more informative program. Namaskar.